Evening people, evening, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. So tonight we've got a new league starting with the P1 boys. We've got the Porsche 911 GT3-RS league starting tonight, live from Nurburgring GP for round one. We've got a 5-minute qualifying that I think has, no, we're still in practice mode at the minute. Okay, it's just about to start qualifying, and then we jump straight into a 15-minute race. Tyre and fuel is set at ×1. We then jump into race 2, which is a reverse grid from results of race 1. Another 15 minutes. Tyres and fuel jump up a notch to ×2, and then race 3, another 15 minutes. Finishing order from previous race, so wherever you finished in race 2 is where you start in race 3, and tyre and fuel jump up again to ×3. Drivers must use a set of mediums and softs once a race at some point throughout the night, and whatever you qualify on you must race on as well. I don't think they've got racing tyres. I believe it's sports softs. I could be wrong. So let's go and have a look. So sponsored by, or supporting Prostate Cancer UK as well. And we've got Pilgrim Designs as well throwing his weight into the channel. So make sure you go and check out Pilgrim Designs. I don't know, have you got a website yet, Pilgrim? If you have, then send me it and I'll link it in descriptions and that sort of stuff. Merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com if you fancy any of that. And let's go and have a look what's going on in this lobby then. Just let me know if you're listening, if the sound's coming through okay. I've had updates on PlayStations and PCs and software and stuff, so hopefully, P1 rear wheel in the chat, hopefully it's all coming through loud and clear for you lot. So qualifying just getting underway then. I'll have a quick look at liveries as well as we go round. I've seen a couple just before the stream started, but I've not seen all of them. I've certainly not seen that thing. Oh, we've got some jumping going on in the Porsches tonight. What's going on there? So turn the nonsense on. We've got to do a bit of a shout out to this man, Pav46, Mr. Verity, back behind the wheel. Back on a stream at least. See how he gets on tonight. Don't know where you've been, Mr. Verity, whether it's you're fresh back to this racing malarkey. Let's see how you get on. Right, let's have a look at these liveries then. Come on, I've forgotten how to do things today. Stop it. That's what I meant to be doing. I've forgotten how to use buttons. So it looks like the standard Porsche GT3-RS livery on for Mr. Pilgrim. Captain Pugwash gone for the Rothmans Porsche. Good as well. Yes, Sport Softs. If you just have a look on the little graphic on the bottom left, it does say SS, which is Sport Softs. Pepto-Bismol. Look at the colours on that thing. Damn. Tyre Slayer rocking the pinky purple yellow. These Porsches do have DRS on as well on these spoilers. You'll see that rear flap, there you go, just pops open and they start sticking the gas down. Can we come for a bit of a, you can see the word Porsche down the side of his car, not very clearly, it's a bit ghosted out, but black and sort of pearlescent silver on that for Mr. Mockin. Have 46 then, we've just had a quick look at his. Might logo, and P1 smashed down the side. Thank you, sir. His standard 46 bolted on the front as well. And Ice Chan going for his standard matte green. He does like that. Comboed well with the yellow, I think. The nice deep dish chrome alleys. Don't dent those, mate. Might cost you an arm and a leg. So only 7 drivers on track for round 1. Hopefully we can entice a few more to join for the rest of the season. So hot lap's just about to start then. Just started. See how they start getting on around here then at the Berg. It is only the GP circuit, not the full Nurburgring Nordschleife. Would have actually been quite good in these, I think. Little rear spoiler keeps popping itself open. Get up, there we go. Sticking the brakes on that thing fires itself up. Helps slow these cars down. The little DRS light lighting up on the right hand side of the graphic. Mr. March, evening. Is it coming through alright? Can everyone hear me fine? Just let me know. Thanks. Obviously I can't hear you. A little bit deep there for Pilgrim. Picked himself up a penalty on the way round as well. Obi-Wan behind him also holding a bit of a penalty. Why didn't we see your livery, Obi-Wan? Let's go and have a look at Obi-Wan's livery. Boom. Best water technology. Who've you stolen that from? Union Jack smashed down the side as well. Good lad. So, first of the qualifying lap times coming in then. 2:03.8 for Pilgrim. Let's jump on board with Obi for a lap into turn 1 then. Again, tricky. Down into the Mercedes arena. Just have to back off. You can see it's totally off camera on the way into this. Hitting a bit of that curb. Try not to go too tight into this one. Try and carry as much speed as possible. Cut as much of this corner as possible as well. That's not the best view, is it? Down this little bit of a straight. Left hand kink coming up. Oh, good. Nice. Thank you, Daniel. Right hander down to the hairpin at the bottom of the hill. Captain Pugwash pushing it out wide. Obi-Wan going to get a run on him down towards this hairpin at the bottom. Sticks one up the inside through there. There he is in the background. Back up towards these S's then. Using up all the curbs through here, trying to carry as much of that speed as possible. Got to watch the sand on the outside of that one. Holding that penalty though into this left-hander again. We've just seen was it Captain Pugwash running a little bit deeper through there. Right-hander slightly over 90 and then down the hill, big long straight. Not that we'll see much of it with Obi just dropping his penalty. Trying to find his way through again here as well. They're building up a little bit in this qualifying session, getting a bit tight together. You want to be gaining a little bit of a toe, but you don't want to be getting tangled up into some of these corners. It seems to be what's happening right now. And there we go. Missed those last few corners description, but done and dusted. There it is, qualifying done then. It is Mocking Weeks on pole position. It is only a 5-minute qualifier after all. We've got a couple of drivers just left across the line. But yes, it is Mocking on pole then with a 2:01.589. We've got Ice Chand in second. We'll have a look at those results now. Mocking then with that 2:01.589. Ice Chand in second, 2:03.3. So wow. full 2 seconds pretty much between those two. Tyre Slayer in third with a 2:03.4. Obi-Wan in fourth with a 2:03.9. Got P1RCs with a 2:04.1. Captain Bugwash in sixth there with a 2:04.6. And Pilgrim seventh with a 2:05.3. That's the lineup for race one then, which is just about to kick off. No messing about for you lot tonight. Straight in. It's not me picking it, obviously. Nonsense on quickly. So who's going to get the run down into turn one? It can be a bit of a punch up between the top two. You might have the inside line, but you can carry a lot more speed around the outside. Lights go out then. Whoa, we have got jumping Porsches. What is going on with that? They were doing that as they came out of the pits as well. Got a couple of bouncy suspension setups maybe. I'm not too sure what's going on. Mocking then holding that lead into turn one. Whoa, but again just carrying a little bit too much speed on the exit of that one. Back under pressure from Ice Chand. Holds on to it though. Ice Chand into second. He was second anyway. P1RCs in third then. Just defending from Tyre Slayer in that Pepto-Bismol thing. Oh my god, I've just seen what it says on the rear quarter. Lovely. Obi-Wan then in fifth, Captain Bugwash in sixth, Pilgrim in seventh. That one then halfway round. Weeks pulled a little bit of a gap from Ice Chand here, 0.7 of a second, not quite enough to break that toe running down the hill. Just needs another good corner or two though, Mocking. Just like a Porsche, Mocking Weeks. Oh, was there tyres going there? Looked like it. Oh, they've all bunched up at the back. Obi-Wan, Pilgrim, Captain Bugwash and Pav all bumper to bumper. Looks like Pav's made a little bit of a mistake. He's dropped himself down to seventh. Oh, Pilgrim almost runs himself off track. P1RCs trying to get back into it then. Give him some props, boys. Mocking Weeks then holds that 0.7 of a second lead over Ice Chand up front. Top two pulled a big gap then. Tyre Slayer, the next man on track. 2 seconds behind. And he's got Obi-Wan filling his mirrors. He's going for a look up the inside, is he? No, he's backed off. Just see him in that rear view mirror. He'll just go for a move up the inside into this final corner. Going to be a drag race down towards turn one, but Tyre Slayer actually pulling away. Not going to be able to throw one up the inside, I don't think. He might. Tyre Slayer's chopped the line off a little bit. Oh no, he has come up the inside. Come on. Obi-Wan then slots his way through. It was all kicking off behind as well. I was trying to keep my eye on that. Obi slots his way into third, then Tyre Slayer drops to fourth. Pilgrim up into fifth position, just gets himself past Captain Bugwash into that turn one, and Pav has managed to hold on to this pack. On the top two. Just in front of Obi-Wan. They are now 2.4 seconds up the road from third place. Gap staying pretty consistent, 0.8 of a second. Well, it's just jumped to 0.9. Oh, and to a second. Mocking Weeks then drops the toe from Ice Chand. He's just got to make no mistakes and not allow Ice Chand to get back behind him. Lose a tenth through there though. And Obi-Wan now starting to make a move back on Ice Chand. He's now 2 seconds behind, throwing this Porsche into the S's. Sport soft tyres just got that little bit of extra give, allowing these cars to slide. Obviously they've got to adjust their braking points, and they stick their foot down, you know, can they stomp the throttle, or have they got to be a little bit more gentle with it? Let's have a look coming into the chicane coming up here. So the graphic on the bottom right, you'll see the accelerate and the brake just either side of the main rev counter in the middle. Brakes on now then. Feathering the throttle a little bit on the way through there. Tyres, like I say, just not allowing them to get full braking. Oh, a little bit of a skip through there as well. Tyres just letting go a little bit for Obi-Wan, but he has managed to close that gap up on Ice Chand. You see them swerving, trying to drop or gain toes behind Mocky Weeks, then pulls a massive gap out up front now then, 1.5 seconds. Oof, Ice Chand, the back end lets go on his Porsche, holds on to it. He's going to lose a little bit more time though due to that. Obi-Wan pushes it wide on the exit of the entrance of the Mercedes arena. Background, Pilgrim has shot his way through into fourth as well. Oh, he's wide through there. You can get away with that one. No penalties for that. It's another position then. The Pepto-Bismol drops to fifth because of what it says on his rear quarter. That's why. Look, can you see it? Ew. Captain Pugwash then in sixth. 1.5 seconds off the back of Tyre Slayer. Path 46. Now 2 seconds down, just losing a tenth or two around the last lap or so. Last few corners at least. But this man is stomping away with it at the minute. 5 minutes into race one, he's got a 2-second lead over Ice Chand. Seems to be handling that Porsche with ease. Ice Chand coming under a bit of pressure here then. Another mistake from him. Obi-Wan all over him for second. In tow range is Obi-Wan. There's a little bit of a pull along this straight up towards the chicane. The RS fully open then. Closes. Oh, has to just make that slight adjustment on the way into the chicane there. Ice Chand gets a wobble on the way through. That gap comes down massively then to about 0.3 of a second. It's going to be about a quarter of a second on the exit of this one. Oh no, stretches up a little bit. Obi-Wan piling the pressure on. Put himself away from the crazed maniacs behind them. Now in a battle for that second position with this man Ice Chand. Holding on to it into turn one, into the Mercedes arena. That gap comes down again. It is now a quarter of a second between them. Literally bumper to bumper coming through here. Oh, Ice Chand tries to outbrake. Loses a little bit more time to Obi. And Obi's got the push now on him. He'll have the inside line coming into this next corner as well. Through he goes, Obi into second position then. What's Ice Chand going to do about that? Is he going to come back at him or just allow him to drag him around the track and keep him away from those drivers behind? Pilgrim also closing the gap of 1.9 seconds behind now. Tyre Slayer dropped to about a second behind Pilgrim in fifth. Captain Pugwash 2.7 seconds down in sixth. Pav 46 with a little bit of a penalty to get rid of, and 1.4 seconds behind Pav as well. Look at this, 3.3 seconds. He's finding all the lines here then, Mockin. Sliding the Porsche through there. Obi's starting to open a gap between himself and Ice Chand here as well. Almost broken the toe between himself and Ice. And again that gap coming down between Ice and Pilgrim. Nobody gone for the medium tyres I don't think for race one. No, everyone on sport softs. Making it look easy then, Mocky Weeks. 3.7 seconds. Another fastest lap there. 2:01.876. Deep into turn one. Completely bypasses the apex. Maybe finding a little bit more grip on the outside edge of that circuit. Not dipping. If you hit the apex, there is a little bit of a dip just as you come into it, so maybe losing a tiny bit of traction with these tyres coming through there. You can hardly see the other drivers on track. 3.5 seconds up the road then for for Mockin. 9 minutes into race one. Ice Chand just keeping himself touch with Obi here. about to fall out of that tow range at the minute is Ice Chand. Tyre Slayer's got his 4th position back off of Pilgrim as well. A little mistake then for Pilgrim. Tyre Slayer finds his way back past Captain Pugwash, losing a tiny bit more time as well. 2.9 seconds behind Pilgrim now. And Pav dropped that penalty. Started to try and haul Captain Pugwash back in. 1.8 seconds behind him. Running out of time though. Oh, he's just found himself with another penalty. And with a little bit of... oh no! Slipping and a sliding. But there's another man slipping and a sliding. Wrong way. Pilgrim finds himself in the gravel. Oh, and these tyres are going to be disgustingly dirty by the time he comes back on track. Will they clean themselves off before he hits the chicane? Let's hope so. Otherwise it could all go horribly wrong again. So we just catch him spinning around in the gravel. He's managed to get through there just about pretty cleanly. Yeah, we catch him spinning around in the gravel, so I'm not sure if he was just carrying too much speed through there, whether he went for the lunge on Tyre Slayer and it didn't go his way, I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out in a chat or the lobby chat after the race. Obi then. No chance of closing down on Mocking Weeks at the minute. He's still pulling time. 4.2 seconds, 4.3 seconds the gap between Obi and Mocking. Ice Chand well out of slipstream range now as well. 1.6 seconds behind Obi. Tyre Slayer, the next man on track. There he is, 4th position, 3.7 seconds behind Ice Chand. Captain Pugwash gets promoted due to Pilgrim's departure. 4.5 seconds behind Tyre Slayer in 5th. Pav also getting that automatic promotion. Still holding penalties. 4 seconds behind Captain Pugwash. Holding 4 seconds over Pilgrim. 11.5 minutes into race 1 then. Mocking still stomping around here. Almost 5 seconds. He's properly found the grip here with this Porsche. Again, he's raced a Porsche in a couple of the other GT3 and GT4 leagues, so I do think he likes the feel of them, the way they, handle. But he's just finding more and more time. 5.3 seconds now. Very small amount of tyre wear showing, but not enough to upset these cars. Oh, flipping heck, Obi. That might have been an absolute Mickey take of a shortcut there. I don't know. How's he got away with it? It's cost him time. Look at this. Ice Chand all over his rear end, coming round onto start-finish straight again. He's put himself under pressure here. He's got a great big gap between himself and Ice. Ice now piling the pressure back on for that second. Obi goes defensive into turn 1 then. A lot of drivers have opted for this outside line. It does look like you can carry a little bit more speed through there. Not quite as upsetting on the car as that tighter line. Starting to open that gap back up again is Obi. Look at this, that little mistake. Mocking Weeks now 6.7 seconds up the road. 13 minutes in, he's got 2 minutes left to race as Mocking. Obi in 2nd, then Ice Chand 3rd. Tyre Slayer in 4th, Captain Pugwash 5th, Pav in 6th. Pilgrim has brought that gap down massively. It's down to 1.3 seconds. He could be on for a position change here, right on the end. Let's see how he gets on. He's still pulling time on Pav as well as Pilgrim. Mocking Weeks then, 6.3 seconds now. That does put him at the back of the pack for start of race 2. Now, will everyone opt for a set of mediums in race 2, or will drivers hold on to them till race 3? Nobody opted for the medium tyres in race 1 here. Closest battle at the minute is kicking off here. We've got Pav 46 being harassed by Pilgrim. 1 minute left on the race timer. We are going to see one more lap. Gives Pilgrim an opportunity to get that position back off of Pav. He's got one more lap to try and fend off the blue beast behind him. Everyone else as well, obviously. You've got to keep it out of trouble and not spin it around or throw it in the ditch. Even afford to take his time here a little bit, Mockin. 6.3 second lead over Obi. Whoop. Huh. I saw drivers' names swapping on screen. I couldn't quite see where it was, but I think it was these two. Still battling it out then on this final lap. Pav 46 holding him off at the minute. He knows his lines, Pav. He's no slouch behind the wheel for the sure. I think he's just a little bit rusty. Now, pressure's on him. Now he's got a mirror full of Pilgrim. Oh, gets a little wobble on through there. Seems to have pulled him all back into shape. We'll see how he gets on though. Still half a lap to go for him. Weeks again just loses a bit more, a little bit of time there on this last lap. Again, he can just take his time. 6 seconds lead over Obi. Obi's found himself with a penalty on this final lap. Should keep himself out of danger. Penalty drops there then. He's already got 3 seconds over Ice Chand. Tyre Slayer another 4 seconds back. Captain Pugwash another 5 seconds back. Pilgrim has got his way into 6th then. Or has he? Or has he? A full second penalty, which he won't serve there. Pav's just got to get on his tail, get back onto him before the line, and we just missed Mocking Weeks crossing the line to take the win. Obi-Wan comes home for 2nd. Ice Chan comes home for 3rd. Tyre Slayer takes 4th. Captain Pugwash will come home for 5th. See how close these two are. Pav's just got to get himself within that 2nd. Is it going to be enough? Oh, he's got himself half a second penalty anyway, so it's not going to matter now, and it will end up with Pilgrim taking the 6th, Pav taking the 7th. If he'd have kept that gap below a 2nd and not had the half a second penalty himself, he would have had that position. And it's a weird way it works actually. Even if Paddy had have had Pilgrim would have had half a second penalty, if you cross the line with it, it does equate to a full 2nd, so Pav would have still taken that position. Weirdly enough. But there it is, Mocking Weeks taking the win in race 1 there. So, we've got... Oh, Slow Seamus has joined the room. Is he joining? Get yourself on track, Mr. Seamus. All the old GT3-RS names coming out here. MRC crew starting to bully you lot here in P1. What's going on? So, race 2 coming up then. It's going to be a reverse grid setup from race 1. So, Mocking Weeks will start at the back. Pav 46 will start at the front. I think they're going to shove Slow Seamus at the back as well, I think, because obviously he's not accrued any position from race 1. So, can't really give him any advantage by sticking him at the front. So they'll probably stick him at the back. But it's exactly the same thing. Another 15 minutes here at Nurburgring GP. But the tyre wear and fuel depletion does go up a little bit more. Should be okay for the entirety of the race. But the only change you might see is that some drivers have got to now use mediums. Again, they haven't got to use the mediums. They have got to use them at some point throughout the 3 races. Nobody's used them in the first race. We'll see what happens in race 2. Again, are people going to stick them on now, or are they going to wait till race 3? And it's a race championship, but it is round 1, race 1. just chuck that in there. Boom, round 1, race 1. Will they let him join? Get another driver on track. See, that's all it takes. People see the lobbies on the PlayStation game. Ooh, there's drivers in there. I know. Ooh, they're driving a car I like. Right, get me in. Oof, slow Seamus. Wrong car though. Oh, Wounder. Let's hope he's got the money to disappear out quickly and go and buy it. I don't know. You know, it's been a long time since I've bought games, cars and stuff. Nice. P1 rear wheel. Read that in the chat, people. Had a VIP ticket Sunday at Brands BTCC. See, I've been saying GT3-RS so long. I can't even say BTCC without getting it wrong. Best day ever. Was in a pub with Camish, Ingram and Chilton. Nice. Blag. How did you end up with that then, Mr. Rear Wheel? Did you win it? Steal it? What did you do? Blag it? Pop the gate. Slow Seamus is in the right car. He's racing for race 2. Bosh, another driver in the lobby then. So let's throw ourselves on. In fact, what did that say? We've got a couple of minutes till race start. Let's go and see if anyone's out on track and opted for that medium tyre. Yes, there we go. First one, Obi, medium tyre on board for him. Pav 46 is still on the softs. Ice Chand is still on the softs for the time being anyway. There is Mr. Seamus. He's out on the softs. Tyre Slayer has gone for mediums in race 2. Marking Wheats. Found another livery for race 2 here. The Gulf, orange and blue. On the softs for race 2 here. Pilgrim on the softs. So a couple of drivers have opted. Oh my god. A couple of drivers opt in for that medium tyre then for race 2. Again, it will be slower. It may cause them a little bit of grief going around some of these corners, but we'll see how they get on. Slow Seamus will probably get away with having a pair of soft tyres for both races. Obviously, as he's just turned up, he doesn't know all the rules and regs. Unless somebody tells him that he's got to use a set of mediums in the final race, he'll probably end up getting away with it. And if he starts from the back of the pack, that kind of, you know, negates it. That sort of says he was the slowest. It doesn't. It says he was the fastest in that respect because it's a reverse grid, but you know, they've put him at the back to give him that disadvantage for maybe not using the tyres. Rear wheel coming back in the chat. Then mate of mine sorted it. He was the. Have you spelled that right? Have you spelled that right? I don't know if I'm going to say this. I get demonetized. He was the BJ for Championship VR free food and alcohol. Do you mean DJ? I hope you mean DJ. Demonetized. Not that I'm monetized. Shadow banned. Let's have some of that instead. Algorithm destruction. The RV? What's the RV? God damn it. See? I knew DJ, damn it. Right. Stop chatting to me now, look, because we're going to miss the start of race 2 here. A few drivers on that medium tyre. Oh my god, they found the horn again. Someone needs to change that button. Program out. The lights go on then. Oh my god, things are falling off my shelves. The lights drop and we do kick off a race 2. We've got the bouncy Porsches. No idea what's going on there. I don't know if the boys are seeing that in the car or whether it's just me that's picking that up on stream. I don't know, but we have got bouncy Porsches off the line. Into turn 1 then. P1RCs holds on to the lead. Second, he's under pressure from Pilgrim. A little bit bumpy and a bargy through these first couple of turns. Pilgrim pushed wide. Raj Ice comes up the inside. Still battling with Pilgrim into the next corner. Pilgrim has squeezed his way through though, but Ice Chan going to carry the speed, try and chase him down. Tyre Slay holding on to 5th, Mocky Weeks 6th. Right on his tail, heading down here. Slow Seamus with a bit of pressure. Got Obi-Wan harassing him at the back. Again, Obi on that medium tyre. We'll be running a little bit slower. P1RCs then holding the lead. Soft tyres on board for him, down towards the hairpin. Pugwash and Pilgrim side by side. Captain Pugwash goes a little bit deep. Pilgrim gets a nose up the inside and squeezes through on the exit of the hairpin and up towards the S's. Pushing through then early on, Pilgrim trying to make that gap off. Pilgrim goes a little bit too narrow through there. Picks up some of the stones. Kicks those out to track. Picks himself up a penalty on the way through as well. Struggling to get the grip. Ice Chand next to him on the run through these next couple of corners and gets that position off him. Getting those dirty tyres, running slow through the gravel has just cost him that position. Just going to lose that penalty. Oh no, he's not. He holds on to that till next lap then. Mocking Weeks now all over the back of him in 5th. Tyre Slayer 6. Obi-Wan trying to drop the toe from Slow Seamus, but they both come peeling back across right behind Tyre Slayer through the S's, or the chicane, sorry. And up towards this final corner. Seamus up the inside of Obi-Wan here. Again, Obi on that medium tyre, so we'll be running slower. Who else is on the medium? Is it Mockin? Kicking off for 4th then. Mocking Weeks going for the move up the inside. Side by side with Captain Pugwash. He's still got a penalty to lose. He's on the faster tyre though. He's got the inside line through this next turn. Holds on to that 4th. Kicking off in front as well. Ice Chand and Pilgrim side by side through this same corner we watched them through in lap 1. Again, holds on to the lead through there. Ice Chand 3rd then. Pugwash still holding on to that 4th. Mocking Weeks right behind him. He has got a penalty to lose as well, Captain Pugwash. Apologies, it was Tyre Slayer on the mediums. So just made a little bit of a gap between himself and Obi-Wan and Slow Seamus having that battle behind. Obi's managed to get his way back in front on that slower tyre, but Slow Seamus is pressing him. Different line on the way through the hairpin and gets the move back up the inside using that slightly grippier tyre. Obi-Wan trying to push back through though on the way into the S's. Look at that, using as much of that curb as possible. Chases on here. Did I just see Mocking Weeks with a penalty on board? No, seems to have cleared that. But he has got his way through, got him past Captain Pugwash. Now loses his penalty on this lap. He's going to slow him down a little bit. Tyre Slayer will gain a bit of time on him. Top 4 then starting to close together. Pav, Pilgrim, Ice Chand and Mockin. Just 1.5 seconds between the 4 of them. On the Sport soft tyres as well. Nobody on the mediums here in this pack of 4 up front. Now what can Mockin do? Started from the back of the pack and he's already up into 4th as we start lap 3. Second 15-minute race here at Nurburgring GP. Pilgrim goes for a move up the inside of Pav. Again, Pav just running that outside line. Pilgrim's trying to do the same to Pav that he did to Ice Chand here and just hold on to that line around the outside, but tiny bit of contact between the two. All coming together now. I don't know who to watch, I don't know who to talk about. Pav holds on to the lead, Pilgrim still chasing him down. Ice Chand gets into a bit of trouble through there. While he tries to make a move past the pair of them, that allows Mocking Weeks to come up and get himself right involved, but as we exit that Mercedes arena, we're back to how we were. Paz, Pilgrim, Ice Chand and Mockin. Captain Pugwash holding on to 5th. Tyre Slayer not being able to close that gap up too much. Slow Seamus is back past Obi. And now hot on the tail of Tyre Slayer heading down towards the hairpin. Oh, Tyre Slayer on those medium tyres goes deep. Slow Seamus on the soft squeezes through. So a lot of drivers are going to be opting for that medium tyre in this final race, which is going to give Obi and Slow Seamus the advantage. Admittedly, if they finish in these positions, they'll start quite far back, because it is final position from this race determines race position for race 3. Up front, so it's all changed a little bit. Pav's made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped himself into 4th, 2.9 seconds behind the top 3. Puts himself under a bit of pressure from Captain Pugwash and those chasing drivers. So from the lead to 4th then for Pav, puts Pilgrim into the lead of the race. Ice Chand 2nd, Mocking Weeks now 3rd. Still, oh, Ice Chand goes deep through there. Mocking Weeks has a look at him coming into the Mercedes arena, but still holding that inside line. But Mocking can carry a little bit more speed out of here. Again, going for that move around the outside into the exit of the Mercedes arena. And the chase on and down towards the next left-hander. Stretching the track limit, holds on to it, but Ice Chand Mocking close that gap back up on him. Oh, sideways for Pilgrim, a little bit squiffy there for Ice Chand as well. Mocking getting it cleanly. He's going to have a run on Ice Chand. No, he's not going to have a run. I thought he was going to have a look down the inside into the hairpin. Is he going to go for the switch back up the inside? Will Ice Chand leave him enough room? No, he won't. He's having a look up the inside of Pilgrim himself. Bumper to bumper action here with these Porsches, top 3. A little bit as they exit the S's, but they will all close back up on the break-in points. Oh, Ice Chand stretching the limits, dips a wheel on the grass on the run into this right-hander. Slowed him down a little bit. Pilgrim pulls a tiny bit of a gap on him. He's just 1/4 of a second behind Ice Chand. Up into the chicane then. Time can be gained or lost through there, and he takes a tiny little mistake. Now they're going for different lines. Ice Chand then gets a different line on the way in there. Mocking Weeks slots one up the inside. He will also have the inside line now running down towards turn 1. Neck and neck between these two. Again, Mocking Weeks will have the inside line coming down here. Off Ice Chand. You've got brakes. It's the left pedal, mate. So, completely overshoots turn 1 then, does Ice Chand. Allows Mocking Weeks to hold on to that second nice and calmly. Ice Chand then in 3rd, looking to try and get that gap back down, but struggling a little bit. This Porsche looks like it's getting a bit sideways on some of these corners. Pav 46 holding on to 4th at the minute, 4.5 seconds behind Ice Chand, holding 1.2 seconds over Captain Pugwash at the minute. Seamus all over the back of him now though. Those soft tyres, he's managed to work his way past Obi and Tyre Slayer, get himself out of that danger zone, and now chasing down Pugwash into the hairpin. Obi on those mediums, comfortably in 7th, 4.8 seconds behind Slow Seamus, but 5.2 seconds ahead of Tyre Slayer. And these two will have that soft tyre on for the final race. I think you might see Slow Seamus blag a little set of those as well. Ice Chand then loses time to Mocking. Again, he's struggling on his tyres. I think he's pressed them a little bit too much. That little red line on his tyres is just slightly bigger than Mocking Weeks and Pilgrim's. have seen his car get a little bit squiffy on some of the exits of these corners. The chase is on here though for the lead. Pilgrim holding it, but Mockinweet's all over the back of him into this final corner. Who's going to get the best exit out of here? On board with Pilgrim then, looking back at Mockinweet's on the chase down towards turn 1. A little flash of the lights. I think he knows you there, Mockin. Slightly different lines running into there. Mockin gets a swap on the way out, but manages to gather it all back up. Tyres are just starting to give out now then. Nearly 11 minutes into this 15-minute race. Almost leaving the door open there for Mockinweet, but not to be at the minute. He really is piling the pressure on Pilgrim though, is Mockin. Ice Chand falls a little bit further back, 1.8 seconds behind him. P1RCs still holding on to 4th. Got a bit of a gap between himself and Captain Pugwash still, 1.3 seconds. Slow Seamus hasn't managed to make his way past him either. Again, he's had a real good battle at the start of the race with Obi and Tyre Slayer. Possibly pushed his tyres a little bit too hard early on, battling with these two. Big gap still between these last two as well. Still under pressure from Mockin. It just looks comfortable in this car, Mockin. Everything about it just looks calm and collected. Even with the slight tyre wear increase. All over the back of Pilgrim then, trying to force his way past on the way up towards the chicanes. Bit of a battle has allowed Ice Chand to get himself back into this fight. Almost, he just loses a tiny bit more time. He was less than a second behind Mockin. But if these two keep battling in front, that could work out in Ice Chand's favour. We are 2.5 minutes away from the race end, so 2 more laps then, this one and one more. Loses time again, Ice Chand, unfortunately. Yeah, big amounts of tyre wear showing on his graphic now. 1.6 seconds the gap. P1RCs again just holding on to this 4th. Loses a little bit of time to Captain Pugwash. That gap's come down about 0.3 of a second to about 1 second. Slow Seamus again looking for a way past Pugwash. He has closed that gap up a little bit himself. Doing the right thing, just putting his car in all the right places and bringing that time down between himself and Pav as well. So again, these two boys at the back on that medium tyre, they are just running slower than everybody else, so their gaps just keep opening up. And the battle on for the lead here then. Oh, Pilgrim chucks himself across the track, gets himself back on the racing line. Just in front of Mockinweet then. Where's he going to go for the move, Mockin? He's been all over Pilgrim for the last lap or two. 0.4 of a second in it between them. That gap coming down as they head up towards the chicanes, using the slipstream up the hill. Slight bit of out braking as well. Pilgrim braking a lot earlier than Mockin. Look at this, literally pushing him on the way out of the chicane there. And again, closing up into this final corner, looking for a different line on the way in. That comes down to 0.3 of a second as they cross the line to start this final lap. He's going to make a move into turn 1. Pilgrim goes defensive into this one. I've seen them taking different lines through here. Oh, again, Mockin just looking to carry a little bit more speed through there, but Pilgrim comes back across track, blocks his line through. So let's go and have a look then on this final lap. Ice Chand in 3rd, P1RCs still 4th, Captain Pugwash 5th. Slow Seamus 6th, Obi-Wan in 7th and Tyre Slayer in 8th. I don't know whether Mocking Weeks is going to be able to do it. Pilgrim's been able to fend him off so far. I thought Mocking Weeks was going to go for it last lap, but it wasn't to be. Now what's going to happen here? Pav 46 coming under a bit of pressure on this final lap as well. Just 0.6 of a second between him, Captain Pugwash and Slow Seamus really. Holds onto it through the hairpin. Comfortable through the S's. Seamus going for a different line. He's having a look at Captain Pugwash into this left-hander. Oh, wrong way. And he has worked his way through into 5th then for Slow Seamus. Now the chase is on then for Pav. He's got a second behind him, so it's a hard push as we come into these last couple of corners. Pilgrim and Mockin then having a battle through the exit of the chicane. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Oh no, it's not. Mocking Weeks then gets the run on him. Gets a second win here then. Mocking Weeks takes race 2 win as well as race 1. Pilgrim comes home in 2nd. Ice Chand just a second behind them after all in 3rd. Pav 46 is going to hold on to 4th. He'll be happy with that. Captain Pugwash taking 5th. Slow Seamus 6th, unable to get that position off of Pugwash. Real good battle at the end though between those three. Obi-Wan taking 7th and Tyre Slayer taking 8th. So that's race 2 done and dusted. And now we jump into race 3. So it's going to be another 15 minutes. Wherever they finished in race 2 is where they start in race 3. So Mocking Weeks will start at the front, Pilgrim, etc. all the way through, Ice Chand, blah, blah, blah. Tyre wear and fuel depletion goes up again to ×3, but it is just another absolute 15-minute punch-up round here at Nurburgring GP. Oh, I was just about to say, maybe we've got another driver. We had one with Slow Seamus. Here's Fudder Engineering turning up in the house. Could be on 9th man on track. We've managed to attract a couple more. Now then, the question is, has Fudder got the right car? What are you saying, Fudder? Have you got the car? Oh, Pav 46. Okay, he's back on pad. Are you not rolling on a rig anymore, Pav? Did you get rid of it? I can't remember. I know you were kind of knocking it on the head for a bit. But there he is, coming out of the woodwork. Pav 46. Again, Slow Seamus, a name I've not seen for a year or two maybe. And now Fudder Engineering him, throwing himself in the mix as well, if he's got the right car. Room changes in place then. That is just going to be the time of day and the tyre and fuel depletion, etc. The grid order. Nothing else changing about this one. Bop is on, so they can't alter or change anything. Come on, Fudder. What have you got? You got the right car? He's still not pulled one out yet. So he's left the room. That's not always a bad thing, people. You can't stay in the lobby while you go and buy cars, unfortunately. He's got a couple of minutes. What have we got? Race 3 kicking off at 21:58. So he's got 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes really to go and fetch that car. Get himself back in the lobby. Get himself on track. And again, majority of drivers will have that slightly slower, slightly less grippy medium tyre on for race 3. See how they get on with that. With the increased tyre wear as well, it shouldn't make that much difference, to be honest. It'll probably feel like they're driving on a set of semi-worn softs. There you go. Slow Seamus then getting the go ahead to use the softs again for race 2. Race 3, well, his race 2, I suppose. But it's our race 3. Oh, Fudder, it's 57. You're coming back, Fuds. Have you got the right car, Fuds? Have you got enough money, Fuds? He's still not back. He's pushing it. I don't think. Let's have a look. There's Fuller joined the room. Nobody in there telling him which car. Oh, he knows which car, but he's not also in the chat saying, "I'll be back in 5 minutes." And it is 58 now, so that means we're pretty much about ready to get race 3 underway here. Got about 10 seconds, I bet, Fudder. Otherwise, it's going to be too late. No, there you go. Fudder is not in the room then. Pilgrim just saying, have a good race. Let's go. Sorry, Fudder. You missed out on this one. We haven't though. Race 3 coming up. Another 15-minute punch up round here at Nurburgring GP. Mocking on that pole position again after winning both race 1 and race 2 here. Pilgrim second, Ice Champ third, Pav 46 in fourth, Captain Pugwash fifth, Slow Seamus sixth, Obi-Wan in seventh, Tyre Slayer in eighth. Oh, we've got a false start in the back. Slow Seamus has absolutely messed that up. The jumpy Porsches are off again. Weeks leads us down towards turn 1, then Pilgrim having to go defensive. He's got Ice Chan around the outside. There's that dip. Oh, might have cost him. We've got drivers off all over the place, not quite used to these medium tyres maybe. Not getting the practice time out on track they possibly need. It's 3 wide coming into the Mercedes arena, you maniacs. There's Obi-Wan on those softer tyres and Tyre Slayer on those softer tyres. Just chop their way through. Obi-Wan, where are you going? Door open there. So you should see Slow Seamus and Obi-Wan start to carve their way through the pack a little bit quite early on. They are on the sports soft tyres. Oh, Slow Seamus, no, he's gone for the mediums. He could have opted for those softs. Captain Pugwash on on the mediums as well, but it is Mockin that leads then, still 0.9 of a second over Ice Chand. Mediums on board for Mockin, mediums on for Ice Chand. Oh, sorry, it's Tyre Slayer, not Slow Seamus. It's Tyre Slayer on that soft tyre for race 3. Started from the back, now he's here. 3rd place for him then at the minute. Pilgrim in 4th. Obi-Wan also on that soft tyre in 5th, piling the pressure on him. Pav 46 in 6th, Slow Seamus in 7th, Captain Pugwash in 8th. Nice Chand picked himself up with penalties, under pressure here from Tyre Slayer. He's gone deep through there, struggling on these mediums here. Ice Chand, nearly letting it go through there. He's running a bit slow into this final corner as well. Obi-Wan might run around the outside of him here. He should do, he's on that softer tyre. Breezes his way through, dragging Pilgrim along for the ride as well. Pilgrim might even get a run on Ice Chand here, coming down towards turn 1. Switches to the inside. Oh, he's having a look up the inside of Obi as well, but gets his braking point all wrong. Has to find a gap through there. Oh, Pav 46 also coming through, nearly doing the same thing. Medium tyres catching everybody out here then. Slow Seamus in 7th. Captain Pugwash really struggling. 8 seconds down in 8th at the minute. Now, Mockin Weeks. What can you do here against 2 drivers with the soft tyres on? I don't think you can do an awful lot, to be perfectly honest. Not at this stage in the race anyway. Medium tyres on board for Mockin. Sport softs on for Tyre Slayer and Obi behind him. Piling that pressure on as they head down towards the hairpin. A little bit wide through there. Tyre Slayer slots one up the inside. Nice and easy on the way past. No contact on the exit either. Should just start to see Tyre Slayer pulling away a little bit from Mockin Weeks as Obi-Wan now tries to do the same thing. Tiny bit of contact. Again, Mockin Weeks just having to break that slightly bit earlier than Obi. Catching Obi out a little bit. Carries the speed. Got a wing up the inside as they come into the chicane. Again, it's going to be hard pressed to try and defend through there for Mockin. On that slower, less grippy tyre. You should just see Tyre Slayer and Obi-Wan start pulling the gap then from Mockin. We'll see what happens later on in the race though. Obi on that and Tyre Slayer on that softer tyre. They will burn themselves out. This tyre and fuel depletion on at ×3 for this final race. So come the halfway point, apologies, I've gone completely wrong and pressed all the wrong buttons. So come the halfway point in this race, maybe just after, you could see these sport softs causing a little bit of trouble. Maybe the mediums coming back into play, we'll see. Mockin Weeks then in 3rd, Ice Chand holding on to 4th. Slow Seamus in 5th, Pilgrim in 6th, having a look around the outside again, he loves that turn. Pav 46 on pad with auto gears in 7th. Captain Pugwash in 8th. So the auto gears just mean you run slower in general. Don't think it's the same top speed. I think it doesn't change gear at the right sort of rev, so you don't get the pull out of the corners that you would have if you were on the manual box. Go then, fastest laps, etc. coming in, fastest sectors for the 2 boys up front. 1.7 seconds separates the top 2. They are already pulling that time over Mockin Weeks, 1.6 seconds behind him at the minute. Again, let's see how those soft tyres hold up. We are 5.5 minutes into race 3. They're not looking too bad really at the minute for a third of the way through. Anything showing on the mediums at the minute. Those For how much wears on those softs at the minute, I think they should easily last the full 15 minutes. It will just compromise their speed a little bit into some of the corners in the latter part of the race. I do like that colourway, yellow and matte green, very, very nice. Ice Chand got hacked. He got hacked. Report and delete. So Seamus then still fending off Pilgrim. Pav 46 keeping himself in this fight as well. Went for the early move there, Pav, to try and jump onto the back of Slow Seamus, but Pilgrim didn't move. Let's look at the inside here again, Pilgrim. Oh, both drivers getting the braking point completely wrong. Pav 46 just comes through, gets his braking point correct. Avoids the chaos. Pilgrim runs himself deep. Slow Seamus runs himself off track into the gravel. He goes. Captain Pugwash closes the gap down on him. 3.4 seconds back at the minute, Captain Pugwash. Top two then still making light work of it on those soft tyres. Fastest lap for Tyre Slayer, 202.8 at the minute. He's got Obi 1.8 a second behind him. Both rocking a little bit of pink on their cars. Maybe that's the way to win. Rocket Week struggling now then to try and keep up with those two. 4.5 seconds the gap. Again, might start working out in his favour a little later on in the race. We'll see. Again, I think 15 minutes is just not enough to put any real damage on those softs. 46 then, gifted fifth. Oh, gets a wobble on through there, outbraked himself a tiny bit. That gives Pilgrim a look back up the inside through the right-hander. It's going to be a drag race down towards the chicane then. Right, Pilgrim, there you are. Oh, gathers it up, Pilgrim, but he gets loose through the chicane. Gives him Pav 46 a great big sigh of relief. Gap out 1.2 seconds, 8.5 minutes into race 3 here then. And it is Tyre Slayer leading the race with Obi-Wan just half a second behind them. Both of these two on the sports soft tyres for this final round, final race of the first round. Starting to come together a little bit. It could be a bit of a punch up between those two. Mocking Weeks falls even further back, 6 seconds behind. Nice Chand holding fourth comfortably, 7 seconds behind Mocking Weeks, 6.5 seconds ahead of Pav 46. And again, he's just keeping himself out of that danger zone of Pilgrim at the minute. Captain Pugwash has made his way past Slow Seamus, so Slow Seamus has made another mistake somewhere. Put himself off track maybe, but that's allowed Captain Pugwash to come through and gain 1.6 seconds on him as well. Tyre Slayer and Obi neck and neck coming into this right-hander. A little bit of contact between the two of them. Let's get ourselves on board with Obi on the chase down towards the chicane. Closes up a little bit. You can see they're giving a bit of a wobble through there, the pair of them. Again, slightly different lines on the way into the final turn. A second in it then. Gap closing. Obi has a little sneak out to the right, shows his face to Tyre Slayer. Tyre Slayer leaves him plenty of room. Avoid the cones, you don't want to be hitting those. You can put the car into the air, lose all sorts of traction and grip and time and things. Almost 11 minutes into race 3. Obi-Wan goes for a late move up the inside, nearly takes out Tyre Slayer's rear quarter. We'll have to go through it all over again then. Mocking Weeks. Just having a little Sunday drive at the minute. Nobody anywhere near him. Similar fate for Ice Chand at the minute in 4th. Pav 46 holding on to 5th, but Pilgrim is all over the back of him. He has got himself a penalty to drop though. Just give Pav 46 another great big sigh of relief here as well when he has to drop that. He's all over the back of him though. Coming into this section just before the hairpin. Captain Pugwash holding on to 7th. Slow Seamus struggling a little bit. Loses a big chunk more time to Captain Pugwash. 12.7 seconds down in 8th. Maybe just not getting on with those medium tyres. Especially now there's a little bit of wear on them. Tyre Slayer then, 12 minutes in, being harassed still by Obi-Wan. Not managed to make the move yet, Obi. Oh, has a little look, oh, gets off. Obi. I don't know whether that was on purpose. If it was, well done. If it wasn't, well done. Because you hung on to it, hanged on to it, I nearly said. 12.5 minutes in, we're going to see another 2 laps here then. Maybe not for everybody. Mocking Weeks holding 3rd. 46 still got that 5th position. He's now found himself with a penalty. Pilgrim has now lost his penalty, but it's 2.7 seconds back. They just come into this final turn. What time do they cross the line? Oh, it's going to be close. Both just going to see, are they? They're going to see another lap after that one. No, Captain Pugwash. Nope, he's found his horn. Slow Seamus again, just losing time. Not sure whether he's just fed up and rolling about now, but he loses a big more chunk of time to Captain Pugwash. To chase. I've missed the move. Obi-Wan has finally got himself past Tyre Slayer. Now the chase is on then for Tyre Slayer. Can he get himself back behind Obi? These two will see another lap after this one anyway, so the battle could still be on here. Tyres looking almost identical. A little bit less fuel on board for Obi. Car running slightly lighter then than Tyre Slayers. Gap at 0.6. Mocking Weeks then in 3rd position, 8 seconds behind Tyre Slayer. He is 13, nearly 14 seconds ahead of Ice Chand as we just see the mist rolling in. Pav 46 coming up to drop this penalty. But he's got all sorts of time between himself and Pilgrim then. Pilgrim 5.2 seconds back as Pav comes around this corner to drop this penalty. There it goes. He can get his foot back on the throttle then and head back up the hill. So another lap for these two. Another lap for Mocking Weeks. Ice Chand across the line. Oh, no, he's not. He's coming around the final turn. Sorry, that was the wrong end of the circuit. He sees another lap. It's going to be close for Pav 46. He does see another lap, does Pav 46. Pilgrim's going to be the first man to take a position, then comes home in 6th. Captain Pugwash will take 7th position. So Seamus, 22 seconds behind him, will come home in 8th. Catch him crossing the line and we'll jump back up to the battle up front, but I don't think it's going to change here. Obi's far enough in front, 0.7 of a second. Through the S's they go. It's not impossible, it's only going to take a slight mistake for Obi, and Tyre Slayer could find his way straight back into that first position. Keeping it nice and calm at the minute though, Obi. Gains a 10th on Tyre Slayer. Just gives him that slight bit of advantage. just got to get these chicanes right. And the final corner gets a wobble on there. Tyre Slayer almost up the inside, but he has to take avoiding action to not take out Obi, so wasn't able to quite get the push on. And it is going to be Obi then that takes the win here in this final race. Tyre Slayer is going to come home in second. Real good battle between those two. Tyre Slayer almost getting it back at the end there. Mocking Weeks again led from the start, but those medium tyres were no match for Tyre Slayer and Obi Softs. He does settle for third place though, but good results for Mocking Weeks. First in race 1, first in race 2, and a third place in race 3. Ice Chand coming home in 4th. And Pad 46 taking that 5th position. Found his way back, even on pad and automatic gears. Well done, Pad 46. So there we go. Round 1 done and dusted. Obi-Wan taking the win in race 3 then. Again, just getting that chicane a little bit wrong right at the end. Could have cost him. Tyre Slayer pushed as hard as he could, but that gap just wasn't enough, unfortunately. And he had to settle for that 2nd position. But really good racing in the Porsches, I thought, for race, round 1. It was close and clean. And hopefully we can get more drivers in the lobbies next week. Ricky J, what time do you call this? Andy, you footer. There's no more racing now at 10:15. We're not having race 4. Damn it. But maybe stick around, get the right car, get some practice laps in, and get yourselves back in the lobby next week. So, what have we got coming up? What have we got coming up? Sunday nights, we have got the new P1 League as well. That is going to be... One second. That is going to be WRX versus Evos. Now then, is this going to be off-road? Is it going to be on-road? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But that's the chat group I've been added to for Sunday nights, so that could be the thing for Sunday nights. Other than that, we've got the final round of the minis as we get kicked out of the lobby. We've got the final round of the minis, which has been it's been delayed from last week due to family issues, not mine, but other people's. So it's going to be live on Monday night. So that's what we've got at the minute. Final round of the minis on Monday. We've got the new WRX versus Evo race on Sunday nights. And the next round of the Porsche, same time, same place, next Thursday, 9 o'clock. Come and check it out. Outside of that, I don't think I've got anything else planned. But as I know, I'll let you know. You lot know. So that's it for the night, people. As you can see, we've already been booted out of the lobby, so nothing really to talk about in terms of chatting there. If there's any updates in terms of lobby chat, the sort of group chat, etc. Nope, not at the minute. I'll give you updates as and when, probably next week. But yep, that's going to be it from me tonight. Again, Thursdays, Sundays, and final round of the minis on Mondays. That's what we've got coming up for you lot. Outside of that, I hope you like what you've watched. If you have, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Share it out. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.